What's up, everybody? And the actress of Echo confirms that the MCU is real. Now, if you haven't heard this term before, if you've been around YouTube, you probably have, because a lot of YouTubers have been using the term MCU. Not myself, I don't think I have used this before, but I have to agree that the term is very much truth, taking the fact that Marvel wants to focus more on female stories, which wouldn't have been a problem if they knew how to write these stories and if they were delivering really great female stories. But what they're doing is a lousy job, just masqueraded as a progressive move. Come on. I mean, most of these shows that they're throwing out there are basically forced narratives. You know, they want us to believe that these tiny little girls are just so powerful that they can beat this massive man, and they're just not taking into consideration that that's not how reality really works. But that's not just the problem. Obviously, if you have a really tiny woman with superhuman strength is one thing. The problem is that, like, all the storylines that they are putting out there, they make no sense. They're just boring. They don't know how to write female stories. They think that in order for you to be a strong female character, you have to be toxic. You have to have the same male characteristics that they usually like to complain and call as toxic masculinity. So toxic masculinity is bad, but toxic femininity is good. I mean, go figure. I just don't understand what's going on in these people's head. But let's talk about the MCU, because, well, if people didn't believe that this was true, I mean, all you have to see is what's been coming out from Marvel and Disney lately, in which they want to make sure that the male character is diminished or embarrassed, and the female lead needs to just shine. And like I said, if they really were concerned about telling female stories, they would be worried about original stories. They would be worried about writing a character that is compelling and people can actually connect. And people that also have flaws, because, you know, just because you're a female does not mean you are perfect. And the fact that they just keep giving us these wooden characters, these boring characters, and just saying, oh, if you don't like it, you're this and you're that, the problem is you, when in fact they're just like zero creativity, is just mind-boggling. So what happened here with Echo? Well, on an interview, she kind of slipped and said MCU. So it came out of her mouth, meaning that they really know what they're doing there at Marvel, and the fact that they're deliberately doing this thing with all the male characters and just making sure that it has to be all female characters now, which, like I said, if at least they were given a good stories, you would have people to stick around, but they're not even capable of doing that. I mean, the Marvels was disaster. Secret Invasion was just awful CGI, and what they did there with Emilia Clarke at the very end is just like terrible, and it's just one mess after the other. And then we had the news that they wanted to do the X-Men. We have so many diverse characters, female oriented. I mean, as if we only wanted to see the female X-Men characters. Why do they have to keep doing this kind of stuff? I just don't understand. It's like finding problem where problem didn't exist. Here, let's see. So, well, you wouldn't know it. It turns out that all those YouTubers have been right all along, as Echo star Alakwa, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Cox, confirmed that the MCU is real. So in an interview while promoting the release of the show, Cox signs a lot of blood, violence, guns involved, as well as it's very gritty. She then adds, it's different feel compared to what other MCU, meaning MCU stuff that we've seen. And then the writer is saying, so my friend is a teacher at a local school for the deaf, and I asked him to review the footage. She does, he confirmed, in regards to Cox signing MC. So they actually stopped the video after she signs MCU. I think it just said MC, right as she's about to spell for MCU. So yes, and then we have a video here. Let's have a look at this video.
It's very gritty, and it's a different feel compared to what the other MCU stuff that we've seen.
Oh.
So you hear that basically she let it slip. MC. Oopsie. Anyways, guys, well, if you had any doubts, it's coming out from an actor that is involved in the show. And here we have like a picture of a few of the characters. Like I said, female characters are not the problem. They have never been the problem. I'm sure that both genders, they love seeing both characters, but they need to be done justice. They need to be done well. And now what they have been giving us lately is just this woke stuff in which all men are bad, all the men rule, and all the female need to be this toxic, horrible wooden characters that, you know, and angry all the time. It's just like, it's just like they should have learned from their past mistakes. So my definition of the MCU is that the woke infestation that has destroyed the Marvel Cinematic Universe in regards to pushing diversity at the expense of good story. And I totally agree with that. Like, diversity is not an issue. It has never been an issue. The issue has always been the story. But the problem here is that now what we have are ticking of the boxes. They're concerned about this diversity over a good storytelling. And the good storytelling is what keeps the people involved in the story. What's going to make you come back and watch the show again. Anyways, there's a lot of the Marvel characters, female characters, that I really enjoy and like. But lately, I have to agree that they have been making a lot of mistakes. I mean, remember She-Hulk? She was just a very annoying character. Remember Secret Invasion, like I mentioned before. I mean, I actually like Emilia Clarke a lot, which helped me go through the whole show because I do like Emilia Clarke. But the very end there was just, I mean, you can't defend that, you know, the whole arm is just, it was just terrible CGI, just absolutely horrible. Not to mention other areas of Disney that has also been, you know, more concerned about creating these characters that no one can relate, such as Rey in Star Wars. I mean, instead of having, you know, Luke Skywalker be sort of like, you know, the master Jedi teaching Rey and all of that, no, they had to make fun of Luke Skywalker, make sure that he's just like out of the picture completely, and have Rey just know it all. And that's not the kind of storytelling that works. But anyways, that's the news for today, guys. So yes, the MCU is actually confirmed by one of the actors from Echo herself, and there's no denying here. But drop comments down below, let me know what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more, and see you next time.